What's up, guys? This is Andy, and it feels good to finally say that again because I haven't made a video in, I think, like 2 months now, maybe even a little bit more. So, just a quick update before we get into talking about Smash Bros. Ultimate. The reason why I haven't made a video in a little bit is because I just really wanted to focus on school. I just had a lot of courses. I was getting toward the end of the semester, like midterms came up, and then as soon as after that, a whole bunch of like group assignments and final assignments. You get the idea. Just a lot of schoolwork. I really didn't want to fail any classes during my senior years, so yeah, I just went and just completely prioritized school, and now I'm finally back making videos, so awesome. I'm really excited to start making videos. I'm gonna try to get back into the routine of making like at least one video a week, if not 2 or 3, so expect a lot more uploads. Next semester shouldn't be nearly as bad, so yeah, expect more content, and it feels good to make videos again. Comment below anything that you guys want to see, but for now, let's talk about Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, the game came out about a week ago now. Actually, over a week ago. It came out on December 7th. So, yeah, I've been playing it. I put a lot of hours into it, both alone and with friends already. So, basically, the game came out the day my finals were, like, basically the last day of my finals. So I didn't actually play it the day it came out, but I played it like midnight. So going into Saturday, so I played it Saturday morning essentially. And I have to say, like, my initial impressions of playing the game were really good. So I was never super hyped for Smash Bros. Ultimate because no Smash Bros. Game really lived up to Melee for me. I know I hate to be that guy on the internet that says, oh, I'm a Melee loyalist, but, like, out of all honesty, I just always really enjoyed playing Melee the most. I really enjoyed the fast gameplay of it. I thought that it added the most interesting single-player modes to the franchise. I know Brawl had Subspace Emissary, and that was cool and all. Don't get me wrong, seeing all the characters actually cooperate in a story was pretty neat, but when you boil it down, the story was kind of stupid, and dude, I thought that the side-scrolling sections were just really annoying. The boss battles were cool, and some of the cutscenes, under certain circumstances, were really cool, but I was very mixed with Subspace Emissary. It was something that was really neat to play through once, but I don't think I'd ever want to play through it again. Whereas with Melee, I played through the adventure mode. I mean, granted, it's basically just a glorified classic mode, but I played through that countless times. I enjoyed unlocking all the characters, and it was the game that introduced the trophies, and I remember I loved playing through the event battles in Melee. They stuck out to me so much. So when I played Ultimate, I mean, when I first started playing the game single-player-wise, it kind of blew me away with how amazing this game is from a single-player perspective. Nintendo really tried to hype up the fact that this is the most competitive Smash Bros. Game, so they were hyping up competitive play. You get the idea, like basically saying, oh, it has the most characters and stages, the most items, and it's the most, like, mechanically pleasing to the competitive scene, which is awesome. That's a great thing, but they really didn't stress out as much, they didn't stress out the single player enough. They showed the reveal for World of Light, like, basically right before the game came out, and they barely touched upon the classic mode. I mean, they mentioned it, and they basically said that each character had their own unique classic mode, but I didn't realize, like, how awesome that was going to be. I thought that classic mode was going to be completely randomized or something. It was really just going to be, like, they only had, like, 1 or 2, like, standard battles that differentiated them from others. But no, like, there are 74 unique classic modes to play through in this game, which is the correct way to do classic mode. This is the best classic mode we ever had in a Smash Bros. Game to date, because that way, see, the thing is, the reason why classic mode, the N64 version, was kind of cool was because it was scripted, where playing through it multiple times made it, there was more of a reason to play through it multiple times to best your high score, because you're always playing against the same characters. Whereas in the newer games, it's randomized, so you don't really feel that much of an incentive to play it again, because you're like, okay, like, yes, it's randomized, so on one hand, replayability should seem higher, but at the same time, it didn't really make it seem like the high score really was going to be representative compared to a different high score. But with this game, like, having 74 unique classic modes, you could play through a class mode with you could play through the mode with a different character, and it would basically feel like it's randomized. But if you go back and play with the older character, then there's incentive to, because you verse the same people, and then there's an incentive to actually want to try to beat your high score. I don't know. I'm repeating like classic mode and high score a million times right now, so I'm gonna try to end this segment. But I really enjoyed it. Like, I think the classic mode is awesome. I played through. I need to put like a counter on how many times I've said that word, but I really enjoy it. Highly recommend playing through it. I think I played through probably like at least 25 different classic modes at this point. All right, let's just stop talking about that. The other big thing that you can do single player wise is Spirit mode, which contains Spirit battles and World of Light. World of Light is pretty much just a ton of Spirit battles spread across an overworld map with some progressive systems brought in. So there is actually a skill tree that allows you to become stronger in certain attributes, which is pretty cool. You can make it so like your basic attacks do more damage, your special attacks do more damage. I think some have like make it so you recover a bit faster. So that's neat if you like skill trees. I like skill trees. I'm not like obsessed with them like a lot of other people are, but I do like them, so I'm glad it's in it. But then there's also, like I said, a world map to go through. The character roster is completely... it's not different, but it's segregated from the regular character roster in all the other modes in the sense that you could unlock all the characters in classic mode or however way you want to unlock them all, but that won't carry over to World of Light. So if you only have unlocked like 2 characters in World of Light, then you can only play those 2 characters, even if you've unlocked all the characters by any other means in another mode. So there's progression in terms of unlocking the characters, a skill tree, going through the world map, collecting all the spirits. There's a lot of stuff. Like, I was surprised how much fun it is. I will admit, it does seem like it is a little grindy sometimes, but you're constantly being rewarded unlocking new spirits, unlocking more of the world map, so that it doesn't feel too bad. There aren't a lot of cutscenes, though, so if you like the cutscenes in Melee, or, sorry, not Melee, in Brawl, this doesn't really give you that. This is less of a cinematic experience and more of just kind of like... I mean, I don't want to say it's an RPG, but it's more of that sense where it's more about, like, just exploration, the battles, and grinding. I hate to say grinding, but it doesn't feel that bad, trust me. It's actually, in my opinion, I actually prefer World of Light over Subspace Emissary because I like constantly battling opponents. And I like the progression, whereas, what is it called? Subspace Emissary, there really wasn't much progression. I mean, it was really just the story just kept continuing and you went through really boring side-scrolling sections. Some people really like the side-scrolling sections, so it's fine. It's just, I personally didn't like them, but yeah, World of Light's awesome, a lot of fun. It's really long, too. Like, I probably put like 4 or 5 hours into World of Light alone, and I think I'm only like halfway done. I might not even be halfway done. Like, it's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. And then there's Spirit Battles, which a lot of the Spirit Battles are comprised in World of Light, but there is the Spirit Board, which is basically the equivalent of event battles, because basically each spirit has an event battle tied to it. So each event battle that each spirit contains is representative of that spirit. So if it's a spirit of, like, I think one of the examples that they gave in the Nintendo Direct was the Able Sisters. So I think, like, the Able Sisters event battle that they have tied to them is you verse like 3 Sonics, because they're basically 3 hedgehogs, just like the Able Sisters in Animal Crossing. So something funny like that. They try to make it so that it represents the spirits, puts you in a wacky scenario, and it's good fun. I really like the Spirit Board. It's a good alternative to not having the regular event battles. In fact, it might be better than the event battle, so because they all actually have unique themings to them based off the spirit that you get rewarded with. So they did a good job with that. So yeah, single player wise, this is the best Smash Bros. In my opinion. It has the best, the only other campaign mode there really is to compare to is Subspace Emissary, and while I do miss the cutscenes, there are cutscenes in World of Light, but they're very few in between, so, like, don't expect a lot. Like, I've only seen the initial cutscene, I put, like, 4 hours into the campaign, so, yeah, you're not going to be seeing much. But, I mean, yeah, I missed the cutscenes, but at a gameplay standpoint, it's a lot more entertaining than Subspace Emissary, and I could see myself replaying it at some point in the future. Spirit battles, in my opinion, are just as fine as event battles, and we have the best classic mode ever in a Smash Bros. Game. If you like Smash Bros., you like playing single player, but like Smash 4 really upset you because it really didn't have much single player content at all, then you'll be really, really, really happy with the amount of single player content in this game. You can pour probably like 10 plus hours into World of Light. You could probably pour 10 plus hours into classic mode, into completing all the classic modes. And then there's still all the spirit events to do, and just in general, just collecting all the spirits. There are so many spirits to collect. There are over 1,000. I mean, yeah, I will admit, the trophies were cool to look at. They had lore tied to them. They gave you like a brief look at a couple of the games that they were attached to. So yes, trophies were better, but you know what? The spirits are still fun to collect. There's still an incentive to collect them all if you like Smash Bros. Enough. I enjoy them. Like, they're not better than trophies. I really hope we get trophies back. Honestly, like, even if they don't bring trophies back ever, if we get spirits back in the next game, at least give us descriptions, like lore behind each spirit. So it's like, oh, so basically we have like a little Nintendo museum or anthology to look at. It makes it that much more interesting to just peruse the spirit list. So hopefully we end up seeing the return of lore behind each trophy / spirit in the next Smash Bros. But I mean, for now, I mean, there's an obscene amount of things to collect, an insanely long and fun single player mode, the best classic mode that we've ever seen in a Smash Bros. Game, with incentive to play through it at least 74 times, which is absurd. Actually, I think it might only be 71, because I don't think the Mii Fighters have their own classic modes now I'm thinking about it. But still, I mean, that's still a ton of people to play as. And yeah, and the Spirit Battles, which replace the event battle. Like, there's so much to do. And then, multiplayer-wise, I didn't play online, so I can't comment online. I will be honest, though, I've heard not so hot things about Smash Bros. Ultimate's online, so I can't comment on that. Nor even if, I mean, I just haven't heard great things, but let's just ignore that. We're not going to talk about online. Local multiplayer-wise, I mean, the game itself, well, first let's just talk about the mechanics, because I kind of ditched talking about that initially. The game definitely feels different from Smash for Wii U. If you see someone playing the game, it won't look that different. But when you're actually playing it, the game does feel noticeably faster. At least I noticed that it felt faster. Just from playing classic mode for the first time. I remember I played Mario and I just sprinted, and I was like, whoa, I'm going a lot faster than I did compared to the Wii U version. Because I did play the Wii U version just like a couple days before, just to, I guess, keep it fresh in my mind when comparing it. But it felt faster. They have a completely different lighting system. Like, the lighting is completely different. Everything looks so much like brighter and vibrant. So the game looks a bit different. Some of the characters were redesigned too. Like, even Mario looks a little bit different. I don't know if its model is different, or if they just kind of changed like his animation, or made it so he's tilting slightly over or something like that, like toward the camera. I don't know, but everything just looks, in most scenarios, everything looks better. There are a couple scenarios where I think the Smash 4 does look slightly better, but generally speaking, Ultimate looks better typically. Especially the remastered GameCube stages, they look beautiful. Seriously, those stages, like when you're playing on, what is it called? Princess Peach's Castle, I forget, is that what it's called? But when you're playing on Princess Peach's Castle, the background and like the texture, oh, it looks so good. They did such a good job at bringing back the GameCube stages, and nearly every GameCube stage is back. I mean, I think there's only like a very small handful of stages that didn't make it. Like Pokey Floats is like the only real notable omission, honestly, that I thought of from the GameCube games. Some of the side-scrolling stages are gone, like the Ice Climber side-scrolling stage is gone. Does anyone really miss that one, though? Side-scrolling, honestly, the scrolling stages, leave them out. Like, I don't want them in. I don't care for them. They're not fun, in my opinion. They take away the point. Like, the point of the game is to fight your opponent, and then they make it so that you're just constantly worrying about climbing up, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to deal with that. I just kind of want to fight with my friend. So, yeah, I'm glad those are out. But generally speaking, though, the game, I mean, it's jam-packed with content. The mechanics feel faster, and there are, I mean, I'm not a competitive Smash player. I mean, I try to be good at the game, but like when I play with my friends. But truth be told, I'm not that good. I'm decent, but I'm not bad, but I'm also not great. So I'm decent. So I can't tell you every technical nuance that they added. That being said, I did notice directional air dodges. I mean, I know some of the things because they obviously announced them in the directs, and I watched the directs. But things that I can just remember from like actually just playing recently, I like directly right away noticed that there were directional air dodges because it's an easier way to recover, and kind of it makes it so landing or like grabbing onto the edge when you're trying to get back on the stage after you get launched. It makes it so that it's a bit easier to try to get back on stage instead of just getting like wailed by someone that's trying to edge guard. So that's good. I like the directional air dodges. That was a good change. There's perfect dodges, which, to be honest, I'm not good at doing. My friends aren't really good at doing. Like, none of us were good at doing it, so I can't really comment on the direction. On the perfect dodges. But there are a couple other things in there. But really, the faster speed and the directional air dodges, and honestly, the fact that when you get launched, it has like the cloud, like the smoke, the colored smoke of your character just fly in the direction that you fly in when you get launched. I don't know. It makes it just makes it seem so cool. They did a lot of good things to make the game just feel more competitive, like just to feel more competitive. And yeah, the mechanics just feel really good. I mean, it feels good. It's the best playing Smash Bros. I've ever played. So you have the best single player content in any Smash Bros. Game. It's the best handling Smash Bros. Game in my opinion, because Melee, I love the speed of Melee, but at the same time, it kind of can be too much. Like, I feel like sometimes I just kind of kill myself in Melee. I don't know what's going on. With Smash 4, it's fast. It's this perfect in-between speed. It's basically this perfect speed in between Melee and Smash 4. It might be like slightly closer to Smash 4 speed, but it feels so good. It really does. It makes it so that everything feels intense, but at the same time, you still feel in control without having to be a technical god at any of the characters. So I think that they did a really good job with the gameplay. They did an amazing job with the single player content. And even from a multiplayer perspective, even if you're just looking at it as a party game, you have over 100 stages. And each stage not only does it have the basic form of the stage, but you also have the final destination and the battlefield variant of each stage. You have 74 characters to play as. If you want to separate, I mean, some of them are Echo characters, but who cares? You have 74 characters to play as. If you want to separate the Pokemon Trainer into 3 different characters, and you have, 76 characters? I'll just say there's 74, though. And in about a month, we're going to have 75 with not Piranha, but Piranha Plant, so there's an absurd amount of characters, an absurd amount of stages, an absurd amount of items. They added a decent amount of new items, too. I think there's a decent amount of new assist trophies, Pokemon, and just items in general. There's, like, a new scythe or something that if you hit someone with the end of it, I think, like, it can one-shot them. It's cool. So, yeah, really cool items. I thought they did a really good job with all of it. I have to say, this is the first time in... Well, it's the first time ever that I can say that I like a Smash Bros. Game more than Melee, I think. I know it's kind of unfair it might seem unfair to say that because Smash Bros. Ultimate is obviously fresh in my mind, and it's still like the first week and a half that the game came out. The game hasn't been out for that long, so yeah, I know you might be saying, well, maybe you'll be singing a different tune in like a few months, but I don't know. I love the game mechanics, I love the amount of content, I love the single player. Really the only thing I haven't tried is the online multiplayer, but other than that, this game's amazing. Like, this is it. If you had any worries about this game not being that much more different than Smash Bros. 4, then worry not, because I mean, like I said, just watching gameplay footage, it might look very much the same. But when you actually get the game and play it yourself and look at all the staggering amount of single player content, all the technical changes, and the just obscene amount of characters and stages, you won't even think that it's a port. Like, it won't even cross your mind. At least it hasn't for me. So I've been loving it. Like, if I had to rate the game, this really was supposed to be more of an impressions video rather than a review. But I don't know if I'm gonna review the game. But if I had to give it a score, like, it deserves at least a 9.5. Like, I might even give it higher. It might be like a 10 out of 10 game. Like, I love it. Like, it's awesome. If you have a Switch and you, for whatever reason, don't own this game, get it. Like, it's really fun single player. It's really fun single player wise, and it obviously is one of the best multiplayer games in the system. So definitely recommend it. I'm loving it. Just a quick update, because some people might also be wondering why I'm making a video for Smash Bros. And not Pokemon. That's because I didn't buy Pokemon. The Let's Go games just don't appeal to me personally. Yeah, I don't think they're bad. My older brother actually bought it, and he loves the game. He brought it over, and I played it with him for a little bit. I didn't love it, though, when he brought it over. I didn't hate it, but I'm just saying, like, I was very indifferent about the game. I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, it's pretty neat, nothing crazy. Granted, the thing is, we didn't play much of the game because he was shiny hunting, and I think shiny hunting is obscene, like just absurdly boring. Some people love it, but it's not my thing. It's not my thing at all. So, yeah, but overall, I mean, I'm really excited for the Pokemon game next year. I still think the Let's Go games are cool. Like I said, it's just not my thing personally. But that aside, Smash Bros. Ultimate, amazing. And I think I'm going to wrap the video up here because I think I've been ranting for like 20 minutes, if not more. How long has this been? Let's check the timer. I've been talking for 20 minutes and 30 seconds. So, yeah, let's wrap the video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, more content will be coming actually fairly soon. So stay tuned. Definitely keep up with the channel. I'm going to try to bring the Discord back up. I'll probably make a separate video about that too. Apparently everyone had trouble joining the Discord. So I'll have to just either make a new look into that or make a new one. And I'll make another video going over how to rejoin it and everything. So that'll be updated, don't worry. And yeah, I think that's everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe what you guys want to see in future content. And yeah, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, what is it? Nintendo got rid of their, what's it called? They had the ad revenue service, the Nintendo, what was it called? I forget what it was called, but it was basically their way of monitoring people's content, so that if anyone used any of their Nintendo content, then they claim the rights to the video, and you only got like a small percentage of the profits. Now, my videos aren't monitored. I mentioned before in my channel update a while back that I was planning on putting advertisements in my videos to get money. Maybe I'll do that in the future. Honestly, like, forget I said that. Like, I'll probably do that in the future if I ever get bigger, but like for now, I'm not doing that. Like, that'll be something for the future if, like I said, if my channel grows a lot more. So whatever. But point is, it is nice that they are doing that. So like, maybe in the future, you can expect a lot of gameplay videos if you guys want that. Because now I can actually make gameplay videos and not have to worry about Nintendo either taking my videos down or claiming copyright or something. I don't want to get strikes on my account. You get the idea. So the Nintendo's Creator Program, I think that's what it was called. But regardless, yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way. But like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. I gotta end this video. It's like my third time trying to end it, and I keep thinking of things. So comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.